It's that time of the month again. Okay, so in no particular order, we have volume 7 of the Apothecary Diaries. Now I'm super excited to start this as soon as I finish this video. Volume 6 ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, so very excited to own this. I highly recommend this series, very good, like mystery, historic sort of read. It's really good, yes. Next we have volume 2, 3 and 4 of The Saviour's Book Cafe in Another World. Now I binged these like volumes because I read volume 1 like in December, and then when these all came I binged it all. It's so cute, really love it. Can't wait for the last volume, volume 5. Very short series, but it's very good. It's an isekai, so this lady in her 30s gets transported to another world to become the savior, basically. But she ends up she already tells God that she doesn't want to be a savior, and she ends up making her own little book cafe in this world, and then she just kind of get caught up in a couple things, and it's a romance, and this was very cute. Then we got 22 of Snow White with the Red Hair. That means I'm up to date. I'm still holding off on reading the series. Like I said, I've stopped on volume 19 because I feel like that was a good point to stop on, so I'm not going to read any more. But doesn't Obi look good on this cover? Yes. Yes, he does. I cannot wait to read more of this, but I will hold off. I really love Snow White with the Red Hair. Very good romance. Sort of like a good romance fantasy story. Then we also got volume 5 of Cheeky Brat. I haven't read this one yet. It is a shoujo manga romance about these two in a basketball club. She is the manager, he's one of the players, and he's very cheeky, hence Cheeky Brat. But so far I've been really enjoying this, and I can't wait to read more, and I hear that it actually goes on with them going into college and stuff, so I'm super excited to see that development. But yeah, so far so good. Then I told myself I wasn't going to pick up any more of this series, but I can help myself, and that is volume 3 of Frieren. Volume 1 and 2 were just so good, and I always continually hear good things about Frieren, and so I picked up volume 3 because I really want to read more of it. I really do. So far so good. Very good fantasy about this elf and just this adventures that she's going on. I'm glad to have my hands on volume 3 of Frieren. Then, as you know, I have been continuing collecting Soul Eater, and this is volume 19. There's only 25 volumes in the series, so I'm getting very close to completing this. Very excited. I've been wanting to have Soul Eater in my collection for a long time. I decided on collecting the singles because I had them for quite some time, but I think one day I also want the hardcovers because I really do love this series. So far I'm reading, and I'm on volume 9. It's right behind me. I'm on volume 9 at the moment, and I love it. I think I'm almost at the point where I've caught up in the anime a bit. I know the anime ends abruptly, and I really want them to do a remake of Soul Eater. I think it would be amazing. But anyway, Soul Eater, love it. Next, finally, in English, I got Livingstone volume 3, the infamous volume 3, finally in the correct language. You cannot believe how much joy I felt when I saw this back in stock. Obviously, if any of you have watched my month in manga, I purchased this volume, and it said it was in English, and it arrived as Spanish. So I'm really happy to have this, and I'll probably read this series sometime this year because it's only 4 volumes long. So I'll give you my opinion when I get there for this. Then we also pre-ordered volume 18 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't actually read much of this series yet. I've only read like volume 1 and 2, I think. But I've watched the whole of the anime, and I just really want to read on. I haven't got there yet, but we're keeping up to date for now. So this is volume 18. And then I also got Sakamoto Days Volume 5, another really fun series at the moment about this guy who is an assassin, well, ex-assassin, but he's still going on these fun adventures because many people are out to get him. But so far so good. Always love the covers of these books. Very fun series. Then, as I have been collecting throughout when they become available, Kimi no Todoke Volume 2 will slowly continue to pick the series up. I'm really frustrated because a bunch of these volumes came back in stock this month and I can't have my hands on them. I'm currently transitioning jobs, I can't spend money right now, so it's very disheartening that I'm probably going to miss out on more volumes of this, but for now we have volume 2 and I do have 4 and 6 on the way, and that is all I can afford at the moment. I'm so sad I might miss out again. It's probably going to go out of stock by the time I want it, but it's not going anywhere for now. Lovely, lovely slow burn, but good romance series, honestly. Yes. And then next, kind of thrown in a bit randomly, it was very cheap, so I kind of said, why not? I was just looking. Magi Volume 6. I don't know. Like I said, it was super cheap and I knew I wanted to collect all of Magi one day, or Magi. I don't know, Magi. I call it Magi, as I said. I only have Volume 1 and 2, but I picked up Volume 6 because this was only about £3 from memory. It's an ex-library copy, so it's not the greatest, but it will do for what I want and I am not fussed by it at all. So yes, Magi. Next, a series you know I have been absolutely loving, Jujutsu Kaisen, and this is volume 5. Haven't read it yet, probably another one I'll read after this because I just love this series. I'm fully up to date with volume 4, so I will definitely read this after this video. Love this series so much. Great, it's just a great shonen. Older character, just, I don't know, it does shonen right. It's amazing. Very me. Considering I never thought I'd enjoy like kaiju stuff, I actually really like this. Yeah. Keeping up to date with Lovesick Ellie, volume 7. So volume 5 ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. I've read volume 6. I actually guess it was all very fast. And now on volume 7, I'm excited to see how much further the romance goes on the relationships and friendships. So we shall see. But so far so cute, very funny, very good, just sort of realistic shoujo romance manga. Very good. Like I said, high school romance, kind of typical. Got its drama, got its, yeah. It's just cute. Yes. And it's, yeah. I said I wasn't gonna collect any more of the series, but I did because I could, and I don't. I think I bought this when I was out and about, and I was like, yes, I will buy it. Volume 7 of Mashle. I saw this is getting an anime, guys. If anyone, it's getting an anime. Where did that come from? Anyway, very cool. But yes, we've got volume 7 now. I'm only up to volume 5. Again, I'm kind of holding off a bit because, as you know, I like to binge my series. But maybe I'll pick it up again because it's like a fun read you can pick up whenever, to be honest, as well. But yeah, so far so good. Really enjoying Mashle. Absolutely hilarious. Next, I am continuing in my collection Dr. Stones. We have volume 8 and 10. So I got volume 8, as you know, I failed to pick it up the last time I went manga shopping. So I filled in that gap from 7 to 9 with 8, and then I figured when I get volume 10, so now we have volumes 1 through 10, and then the random volume 20. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, Dr. Stone, haven't read it, can't give much of an opinion, heard great things, classic story from what I know, and I'm excited to read it. It's like a sci-fi thing, right? It's like, it's all sciencey and cool and about an empty, like, apocalyptic world in a way, and I am excited to read this. Oh my god, next we have an absolute throwback. I got amazing deal on 3 volumes of Absolute Boyfriend. Oh my god. Look, oh my god, I read this story so long ago now, back in, I am assuming secondary school, when I was probably 14 or 15. I can't remember the ending of this at all. And that's part of the reason I wanted to pick it up, because again, throwback nostalgia. It's probably not as good as I remember, because obviously it's just like probably a bit goofy silly, because basically in this she orders herself a boyfriend, so he's not real, And that's the shenanigans, and I can't remember what happens exactly, but I definitely wanted to give it another go, so that's why we've got this now. Oh, another throwback. As you know, I've had a couple of volumes in my collection for quite some time. I believe I only started picking them up this time last year, and it's taken all of that time for this to even come back in stock. Maid Sama. Oh my god, I'm one volume off of finishing this entire thing, so we do have volume 3 and 4, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14, and then 17 and 18. I do have 15 and 16 on the way, which means I will have the entire series complete. I'm so excited. I've already started reading it. I'm already technically on volume 4 now. I'm so happy to find this in my collection. You have no idea. It's just such a good classic shoujo romance. So this guy Usui finds out that his president of his mostly all boys school is like 80% boys, 20% girls, co-eds like only just, but she is a female president of the school, and he finds out that she works in a maid cafe, and it's just like he's kind of stalking her, honestly, when you think about it, which is weird, but it's funny. It's really good, and it does end up being really cute, and the dynamic is absolutely great, and just, yeah, I really, really, really love the series, and I think a lot of other people do too. It's a classic shoujo, seriously. Even the anime is very good if you don't want to read it. And next, again, I haven't caught up with this yet. I did have plans to try and read more of this series this year, and that is volume 12 of Blue Period. I'm still on volume 7. I haven't read any further, but it's just nice to have all the volumes there so I can continue it whenever I feel like it. I so far was really enjoying the series, which is part of the reason I'm still picking it up even though I haven't read any further. It just seems like something very up my alley, I guess, about art, about growing up and coming to terms with who you are. It's very coming of age story, and it's very good so far, and you actually learn quite a bit from this, honestly. Very good series. And then next, I only recently picked this up actually. I Want to Be a Wall Volume 2. Now, as you know, I have read Volume 1. I thought this would appeal to me because it is about an asexual woman who is very crazily into BL, and I feel like I just highly relate to this character. And then she is married to this gay man who is in love with his childhood best friend, and it's just about the dynamic and their relationship, and it's honestly really cute, and it's love seeing them learn and grow with each other, even though they're hiding these big secrets. But so far, I actually reread Volume 1 knowing I was going to pick this up, and yeah, I still really enjoyed that, so I'm excited to read this now, actually. And then another series that I love, I have read all of this because it's technically a webtoon, but it is Killing Prince, and that is On or Off. Now, this is a BL series, very explicit, so please only read this if you are over the age of 18. There's your warning. I will not be held responsible. But no, I absolutely love this series. It's just so cute, and it's very interesting about this guy basically developing like an app. He's like developing like an app company, and then he works in the big corporate place that he wants to sell the app to, and anyway, that's sort of how they meet, but it is so good. Oh, I love this. I have to own this. I think there's only going to be about 4 volumes total. I could be wrong. It's like 4 or 5, and I'll definitely pick it all up. I love the way this is printed. It's full colour. And yeah, just a really good BL series in my opinion. Next, I've been slowly picking up Witch Hat Atelier, and this is volume 6. I definitely want to catch up with this series this year. It's on one of my goals to complete this whole series this year, and then hopefully binge read it, because every time I see someone pick this up or have read this, they are all saying really good things, and like the art in this is already very beautiful, and the story is supposed to be really good, very cool, like fairy tale magic is a bit like it's a magical girl thing, but it's very different from the magical girl we're probably used to. And yeah, I've only read volume 1 and a bit of volume 2, and even just that little bit, it really sticks with you. Like, the amount of stuff I've read and have forgotten what happens, I remember this so well, and I probably read it over a year ago now. I've had it that long, and yeah, I just definitely want to read it this year sometime. Another series I love. I have read this already, this volume 7 of My Dress Up Darling. This series is so cute, so informative about cosplay, honestly. And yeah, if you don't know much about this, I highly recommend this. I think it is rated mature because it has this sort of like edgy themes. The anime is very good for this too if you don't want to read it. But hey, if you read it, you'll be more caught up and you can go further than what's out of the anime. And it's really good, very fun read. I really love this. And then next we got volume 2 of Yakuza Fiance. I read volume 1. I really enjoyed it, and I read this now too. Really enjoyed this. It's gonna be one of those sort of unhealthy relationships, but it's still entertaining as hell. Like, this guy is crazy and she just seems like such a cool heroine in a way. And yeah, I want to see where this goes. It's obviously a bit dark because of the Yakuza themes and stuff, but it's really fun and twisted but cool. It's just, I haven't read many romances like this, so I think that's also why it's very entertaining to me. But yes, I am thoroughly enjoying this so far. Last but not least, I finally decided to pick up volume 2 of Vagabond. Now this is a series I'll probably be collecting very, very slowly. Don't believe it's going anywhere. I've had volume 1 for a bit now, and I was like, I want volume 2, kind of want volume 3, but they are on the pricier side because obviously they're a bit chunkier. They are the Visbigs. I think they're like 3 in 1. So I don't know when I'll give this series a crack, but I am excited to read a samurai series because I actually haven't picked any up, as in read them. Obviously I've got like Hell's Paradise Volume 1, which is that samurai stuff, and I think that's it. Yeah, so this is the only one, and I definitely want to read more like swordsman stories, so I'm excited to have my hands on this and eventually read it one day in the future. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to subscribe below, turn on the bell so you know when I post a video, and give this video a like. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.